And we are back with a brand new episode brought to you by Sam Larson Studio, and today we're going to be talking about drawing cavemen. Why are we talking about drawing cavemen? This is getting into drawing people a little bit. We've barely delved into this because there are so many different approaches to this, and I've been trying to figure out the best one. And this might not be the best one, but at least we're jumping into it, and at least we're going to get a basic idea of what we're doing, alright? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to think about what are cavemen. Alright, we think of them as being strong. We think of them as having a lot of hair. And usually, they're wearing some kind of animal skin. Alright? This is what we're coming up with for any of our drawings. Try to come up with 2 to 3 traits that'll allow you to identify what this thing is. See how many you can reduce this down to, right? So, big body. We're just using a circle to represent the body. And we're basically starting out with this stick figure kind of character, right? This is basically it. That's how we can start off the caveman. How do we identify that it's a caveman? Right, we're gonna give him big muscles, make those arms huge, and then if you want to, you can give him a club. Don't have to though. But there are certain things that'll identify this as being a caveman. To do hairy arms, you don't need to do anything crazy. Just a few lines like this is going to really help. Alright, the way that the arm works, you're gonna have the shoulder and the bicep. So we gotta have that big shoulder right there. And then right here we've got the collarbone going on. You don't need the collarbone. It's just good to have a basic idea of what we're drawing and why we're drawing it. There's going to be this divide in the chest right here to indicate that he is strong. And then, what animal is he going to be? What animal skin do you want him to be wearing? We can give him some nice stripes to indicate a tiger. Also, when you do this, make sure you make a muscle. Make sure you look at your arm. How does your arm look, and how can you use this as reference, alright? Alright, now he's got to be super hairy. The hair can go anywhere that you want it to go, alright? How extreme can we make this? Look at that. Now we're going to give him a big nose. Look at that. That's an upside down C. Rotated C. We're going to give him some big eyebrows. 2 rectangles. And then we gotta give him a big mouth and maybe a couple big teeth. Indicate that this is hair. This is where stylization is fun too. People will be able to figure out, okay, this is supposed to be hair based off of the character. And if you don't use stylization right, it won't all work together. So make sure that you stay consistent on what you're doing. I'm gonna add some stripes to this. All right. Basically drawing a couple lines. Bam, bam. It's gonna be the calf. Circle is for the back of the heel. Little curve here. And then 4 circles, 5 circles, whatever you want to do for the feet. Remember, the big toes are on the inside every time. So this one is on the inside and this one's on the inside, as in like the inside of his legs. Oh, I made that like way too big. That's okay, we can correct that by making that like a little bit bigger. Now we've got a caveman. Keeping those lines smooth, just giving him fists because that fits well enough for him. That's one way of drawing a caveman. Ghost shape. Big nose in there. Indicating that his body is mostly beard. And as long as you give him the right context, people will know that he is supposed to be a caveman. In this case, make sure he has his club. Again, you can usually have 2 or 3 or 4 indicators that your character is whatever you want him to be. You don't need everything to be perfect. That's part of what makes it really fun to do the cartooning stuff. It's just seeing what you can get away with. Just some lines to indicate that his club is made out of wood. You're basically good to go. Those are 2 completely different looking cavemen, and yet they still work. And you can look at something like the Croods, and you can see how they approach it. What are some other ways that you can come up with to draw cavemen? Again, think of them as being super hairy. Think about the outfits that they can wear. Think of them as being strong. Try to put in a few traits like this, and you should be able to come up with something really fun and unique. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.